He's taking a nap, I guess. Allegedly woke Muhammad up and brought him to a winged horse or mule called Al-Buraq. Hey, buddy, time to go for a ride. Is this what that song Magic Carpet Ride was made out of?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it's about.
Remember Aladdin, too?
Yep, that's what it's about.
I will show you the world. Remember that? Well, if you're asking me if the dude got a hold of mushrooms, I'm going to say yeah. Ayahuasca, yeah, definitely. The dude was higher than a kite. But definitely. Anyway, he said it brought him to a winged horse or mule called Al-Buraq. Not Barack Obama, but Al-Buraq. Be clear, it wasn't. Having a woman's face.
Might have been Medusa.
All I'm saying is, oh look, if I was standing there, all right, and this dude came up to me and he's like, or this angel came to me and said, "Look, come here, I want you to ride on this thing." Well, you know I hate horses anyway, but if I came and I looked and that thing had a woman's face, I would run the other way. Would you stand there if that thing had a woman's face and it was like, "Hey, get on me and fly"? I ain't going nowhere with you. Anyway, a woman's face, eagle's wings, and a peacock's tail. I wonder if Ruckman drew that anywhere. That would be an interesting drawing. Which he mounted and rode to the Temple Mount. Okay, so this vision or this ride of Muhammad is the only time that he would have ever been to anywhere near the Temple Mount. So here's a question I have for you. If Muhammad never went to the Temple Mount physically, because he didn't, why is that a holy place for Muslims? It's not. They're lying. It's all they do is lie. They're Arabians. That's what they do for fun. They lie. Haven't you ever heard of all the Arabian tales? That's like the whole Quran is a big lie. Everything that's in the Quran is a big lie. It's like just one big lie after another. Anyway, he said he rode to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. That must have been one crazy ride. From there, he was led by Gabriel to each of the 7 heavens. Bet you didn't know there were 7 heavens, did you? What's that? No, that wasn't just a TV show. According to Muhammad, he went to 7 heavens. The Bible says there's 3, right? The 3rd heaven, right? That's what it says. But Muhammad says he went to the 7th heaven, where he was. Yeah, he was. And he said he met Adam there. He met John. He met Jesus. He met Enoch. He met Aaron. He met Moses, Abraham, and finally Allah. It does sound like that. The journey known as Al-Isra, or night journey, is mentioned in the Quran as follows. And I quote, unfortunately, "Glory to Allah, who took his servant on a nighttime journey from the sacred mosque in Mecca to the furthest mosque." End quote. There was no mosque in Jerusalem. In the 7th heaven, Muhammad claims to have seen a beautiful woman with red lips. Don't women usually have red lips? Got a pink maybe? I don't know. I guess, I don't know. He said he saw a beautiful woman with red lips that was very attractive to him. When he asked who she was, Abraham told him that she belonged to Muhammad's adopted son Zaid. Muhammad died of a fever in 632 at age 63. Saw a woman with red lips. Okay, Islam and the Jews. According to Islam, Abraham was asked to offer Ishmael rather than Isaac. And it is the Arabs, the descendants of Ishmael, who are the true sons of God, the Jews being usurpers. When the Jews refused to join his cause in Medina, I'll read it again. Muhammad offered the men conversion to Islam as an alternative to death. Upon their refusal, up to 900 were decapitated at the ditch in front of their women and children. Torches were lit so that the slaughter could be accomplished in one day. Truly, the judgment of Allah was pronounced on high, was Muhammad's comment. The women were subsequently raped. It makes you wonder, like, why would anybody want to serve a God that told them, well, just go over there and rape all those women? Well, you cut their husbands' heads off. Devils, that's right. Muhammad chose as his concubine one Rathana bint Amra. father and husband were both slaughtered before her eyes only hours earlier. Such treatment had already been sanctioned by prophetic revelation. That's from The Sword and the Prophet, page 44. During the slaughter, Muhammad sat all day long beside his 12-year-old wife while they watched as the heads of the Jews were removed. Recorded in the Sahih al-Bukhari Hadith. This saying appears in several different variations in the various hadiths. The last hour would not come unless the Muslims will fight against the Jews and the Muslims will kill them until the Jews will hide themselves behind the stone or a tree, and a stone of a tree would say, Muslim or the servant of Allah, there is a Jew behind me, come and kill him. Hamas is also funded by the Masonic Jewish Labor Zionist movement. Qatar, thank you, Qatar, sorry. Qatar. It's actually funded through them. So Netanyahu is working for the Pope. Hamas is a created organization through there. Okay, so the difference is this. There's 1,000 preachers over in Jerusalem right now, led around by Netanyahu and all these guys. That's what she said. All right, I'm not getting any deeper into that, but that's what she said. Okay, all right, and what's that?
I said thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But anyway, that's who it is, and that's Trump's pastor and the spiritual leader of America right now. Anyway, and who's a friend of the Pope, and had an audience with the Pope along with Benny Hinn when she was fornicating with him outside of the Vatican. So, yeah. And what are they doing? They're not talking about Roman Catholicism. They're not talking about where the head of the serpent is at. They're not talking about any of that.